But you know what? I'm really looking forward to this live too, because Dina, I know you probably have a lot of home electronics. Well, over the years, what do you do with your old home electronics? Things like old television sets and stereos and old phones. Well, we are going to tell you what you can do with them, because you want to recycle them. Jonathan Spencer, good morning. How are you?
Morning, Jennifer. I'm great, thanks. How are you?
Check this place out. This place is so busy. You are Jonathan Spencer, Ontario.
Ontario Electronic Stewardship.
Thank you so much, Jonathan Spencer. What do you guys do? What do you do?
So we're the organization that makes it easy for you to drop off your waste and used electronics. So we operate across Ontario, and you know you've got electronics in your storage locker, up at the cottage, in the cupboard. You've got old stereos, old TVs, electronics that you've had probably for 20 or 30 years. Think of the number of phones you've had and the number of laptops you've had in your lifetime. So this is an example of the kind of stuff that we bring out. This goes back probably to the dawn of time here, and these are the kind of electronics that people are hauling out as you're doing your spring cleaning and as you're going through your storage locker and cleaning it out. We know that most Ontarians have at least 6 used electronics that they're not using, and this is an example. The old shoe phone, bring it out and we'll take care of it.
Okay, the turntables. I still have a turntable, but mine's new. I actually have a new turntable. But these old turntables, look at that. I love this one. This is pretty cool.
These are ancient. I mean, these are vintage pieces in a way, but if you can find a place to reuse it, that's great. But if you can't, we take care of this at the end of life. We have a website, recycleyourelectronics.ca, and go on the website, you'll see 44 different kinds of electronics that we handle in the program. We find processors like this one that meet our high environmental standards that will take care of it. You'll type in your postal code. You'll see where you can drop it off. We've got collection sites all over the GTA and around Ontario. We've got community sites where you can donate it, and it'll benefit a local community charity as well.
The website one more time?
recycleyourelectronics.ca.
We are going to put that on breakfasttelevision.ca so people know exactly how to do it, because this is how it ends up, basically.
And this is it. After it's gone through a process like this, it'll end up crunched into small bits that get processed, metals that we can extract, and this is really the recycling end of it.
Things that you shouldn't do, throw it in the garbage.
Don't throw it in the garbage. Don't leave it really by the side of the road. Find a collection site, go on the website, recycleyourelectronics.ca, and while you're at it, sign our pledge. We've collected more than 100,000 tons of electronics since we started. Sign the pledge. You can join more than 5,000 Ontarians that are committing to the next 100,000 tons.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. I'm working the line when we come back, but don't call me Jennifer today. Please don't call me Jennifer today. Call me Kyle. Melanie, I'm Kyle.
Let's go over to Jen now. She's got her safety gear on. She's getting set to get rid of things safely. Hey, Jen.
Hey, Melanie, you've already forgot. No, remember? It's Kyle. And I'm at ARTEX Environmental Corporation this morning, and what they do is they take your home electronics and they recycle them. So things like your television, old TV, old stereo equipment, your telephones. You can go to recycleyourelectronics.ca for more information on how you can recycle these items, and we're going to find out how it's done. They take apart these machines, they end up in little pieces, and then they're recycled to make new electronics. See you when we come back.
All right, thank you, Kyle. How could I forget?
Okay, you guys are having way too much fun, so stop that right now, okay? And yes, we're having fun because we're doing something for the environment. We are here at ARTEX, and they take your electronics and they recycle them. And that's what the world is all about these days. That's what we want to do. Dean McMurtry, you are the COO of ARTEX.
ARTEX Environmental.
And that's what we're doing.
Welcome to ARTEX, Kyle.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Yes, I'm Kyle today. Right over here, what's going on?
So let me describe what we do here. In this area, we're in a manual disassembly part of the process. And the reason we open up every device and manually disassemble it is because a lot of these devices contain hazardous materials. In this particular station, what you're seeing is a flat panel television that's now been discarded. He's opening up and stripping apart that television to get at what I'll call the nasties inside the TV. There's multiple layers, the nasties. So he's opening up, and what you can see on the one beside him here is one that's already been stripped open. And inside that, you'll see the rows of these small fluorescent tubes. They're not unlike the fluorescent tubes that would be in your office or in your home. Inside those is mercury vapor, a very toxic substance. So we carefully remove all of those tubes and we send them off to a qualified recycler that's able to recover and recycle the mercury as well as the glass.
Okay,
so
yeah, because
I
wanted to get involved this morning, but this is dangerous stuff. You have to know what you're doing, and these guys are skilled. They know exactly what they're doing. And
well trained, we do it every day.
And how to take these out.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can we call somebody over to take these out and show how it's done?
Yeah, and I'll keep moving down and show you some other examples. Let's just remove some of these tubes here. Show them how they're delicately removed.
And there we go. They know what they're doing, delicately removing them and sending them off to a specialist.
Okay.
Who knows what they're doing. Okay, let's go over here. Yep. What's happening over here?
So multiple stations in this area. We're doing old printers, and what we do there is we open up. We need to remove the inks and the toners that are inside. Those are also hazardous materials. We'll plug the paper and recycle the paper. Some printers, as you can see, have LCD screens. We remove those and do the same thing you just saw on that large TV. We strip out the light tubes from behind those small screens.
All these bits and pieces and these recycled pieces, they're going to go off somewhere and they're going to make new electronics with those pieces.
Exactly. Every one of these components is 100% recycled. That's what we commit to our customers here.
We're going to continue the tour when we come back. We are at ARTEX this morning and we're heading back. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, we are back at ARTEX, and we've been having some technical difficulties, but we're going to get to this segment, Dean. Dean, this is a place where people can come, recycle their electronics. It's done safely, and then new electronics are made with those parts. Right. Let's talk about the process that's happening right over here.
Sure. So after we've done the manual disassembly that you saw earlier, all of the remnant pieces of the devices are brought over to this area, and they're mechanically shredded through this monster of a machine behind us. It's a two-stage shredding operation, and what that does is reduce the device down to small pieces. And those small pieces, we accomplish two things. One, we destroy any data that might be existing on your old phone, your old laptop.
Yes.
You know, there's memory in many places these days, so we make sure that we securely destroy it. Secondly, we shred the device because the machine can then separate all those components into small chips. And those chips of steel and plastic, circuit board is sent off to a recovery place that recovers gold and copper and silver. It pulls out plastics, so all of those final materials can now go off to an OES-approved downstream recycler that turns those into brand new products again.
Okay, Jonathan, I'm going to bring you in. Let's remind people about the website again. If people have these electronics and they're like, what do I do with them? Do not throw them in the garbage. Do not leave them on the side of the road. If you're going to donate it to the Salvation Army, that's one thing. That's okay. Or if you're going to give it to a friend, that's okay too.
That's right. We'd encourage reuse first. But to the extent that you can't reuse, go to recycleyourelectronics.ca. That'll give you a list of the 44 items that go through the program, and it'll give you a list of the collection sites that we have around the province and around the GTA. Just type in your postal code. It'll give you a list of the sites where you can take it. And while you're at it, sign our pledge to contribute to the next 100,000 tons of electronic waste that we'll process.
44 different items. I know we can't name all 44, but just a few.
Television, stereos, musical stereos, music. I would say equalizers, all of that sort of stuff that you have in your cupboards, your homes, your storage lockers, up at the cottage, all of that sort of stuff.
BreakfastTelevision.ca to find out more information. Thank you to everybody at ARTEX. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Back to the station.